I'm a child of 11 children. I'm the baby, actually. Same mom, same dad, right? And all my mother knew how to do was just raise and feed some kids. She birthed them, she fed them, she raised them, she kicked them out. So that was just that process, right? And she just lived. But what I never got from my sisters, there's 6 sisters before me, 6 women before me. The oldest just turned 66. I'm 44 today, okay? So they never taught me about loving myself. We were just flannery women. That's what we do. We was daddy's girls. That's just what we did, and we enjoyed life. But they never taught me how to love myself. What did that mean? The reason why they didn't teach me how to love myself is because we were already loved in the house. There was already love going on. We were filled, we were close, we were together. We had our big brothers. It was, all of that thing going on. But as they got older and moved on, and I grew up with my nieces and nephews, my mom was pregnant with my sister. My dad was like, well, which hospital do I go to first? So it was having that kind of relationship was great, but then as they dwindled, as they went on about their life, I didn't have that constant high coming back to me, constantly being fed, but I built a foundation, so that was good. But over time, life took me. And who mentioned about attracting the wrong men? You're doing something wrong. I think it was you. Who else said I'm doing something wrong? Did you say that? Okay. I felt the exact same way. Welcome, beautiful. Come on in. I felt the exact same way because my dad died when I was 17 years old. I didn't know. I just knew that I was a daddy's girl. And so what did I do? I went looking for my father. And guess where I found him? In the clubs, in the bars, the Greek shows, the grocery store, okay, online. Oh God, I'm about to date myself. And anyone else in here can just, holler and scream. You remember when AOL chat came out? Okay, that's that part right there. That's when I began this online dating thing and finding guys, right? I did the online dating thing. I did. My first fiance I found him on blackpeoplemeet.com when it was free. Right, I'm dating myself. But that's when it was somewhat still kind of safe back then. Okay, at least we thought. Okay, and I was looking for my dad because it was my father that taught me how to be loved. Because he loved my mother a lot. He had 11 children, okay? He fed us, he clothed us, he played with us. We got spanked when we needed to get spanked, okay, whatever. But that was something I was constantly looking for. So my first fiance, he was tall like my father, bald head, so I got that part. And then he was in the military, so I got that part. So I'm like, okay, that'll work, but I didn't know. See, side chicks hadn't come out really yet as a good thing, and I didn't know I was a side chick. I didn't know. Sometimes military men, if you don't know where they're coming from, you don't know, nothing bad about military men because my dad was in the army, but I'm like, how did this happen? And how did God show me? He showed me in a dream because I started to pray. I started to figure out, and I'm going to say this very, very transparently, I told her, I don't want to be your truck stop hoe anymore. You're passing through and depositing in me and then keeping going on to your wife. And I'm getting this feeling that you're married still. I don't understand. He said, no, Wendy, that's not what it was. That's not what it is. And I'm like, the Lord is showing me something. So I decided to trust God. To this day, I still don't know. But I'd rather have trusted God, and it ended up being a blessing to get out of that relationship. Then I began looking for daddy again, right? Okay. Then my dad came with my first husband. Same wide nose, same skinny legs. He didn't have a pot gut. He had a nice little six-pack. So my dad had a pot gut, but he was only now 5'9", 5'8". My dad was 6'2", okay? But he had that presence. When he walked in the room, it just got quiet and people just listened. See, that's the kind of power my dad had. He had a cigar in his mouth, he was bald head, he didn't have to say much. You just knew daddy walked in the room. So he had that same type of power, right? And I loved that. He protected me like my father. So guess what I did? I married daddy. This is about as close as he's gonna get. He supported me, all this other stuff. But I didn't know that once I gave birth to our son, that it was going to be like the hell that my mother went through domestic violence. I had not known that. No clue. No clue at all. Completely blew me by surprise. Literally 3 weeks after me giving birth to my wonderful son, boom, it started. And I didn't know that. I didn't grow up in that. I didn't see that. And all I kept seeing was that my father was always chasing my mama and peaching on her booty, thinking I'm going to have another, brother or sister again. I didn't know what that was. And because I was not raised in that, I got rid of him. I said, I got to send you back home. I can't. You don't do that. And so what I'm going to talk to you about is looking inside yourself like Natasha was talking about. I never got therapy for it. I actually decided to get my degree and use my teachers to provide me therapy so I could be a therapist, thinking that was going to help me. Don't do that. But I did it. I did it. I needed to be my own therapist to figure out what was going on. And what I found out is that I had a broken heart. And with that, I'm going to pass out this sheet. I'm going to give a stack and just pass it down. And in this sheet, I have the signature program that I work with my, I molded over with my business partner. And my business partner is Keandra Jackson, the other wonderful lady that's sitting right there. This is one of my signature talks because who's got a big mama? Who got a big mama in the house? Like grandmama, big mama, cook them Sunday dinners. Who's got that auntie that's the pillar of the house? If you got somebody that's been holding the family together, if it's you, raise your hand. Okay, I saw it on your face. What these women don't do is be transparent. And when you're not transparent, you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, like my mother did. 11 children, she ain't got time to be feeling nothing, okay? She didn't even know she was pregnant when she gave birth to me. She was cooking at the restaurant, and she was like, what is all this water coming down my leg? Oh, that was me coming to the world. She didn't know. Damn daddy. Okay, your daddy did it to me again, okay? So, having strong women in your life, us black women that are in the room, we call it the strong black woman syndrome, or the strong black woman. See, that strong black woman is going through depression when she's done taking care of the family. That strong black woman is going through anxiety. That strong black woman is hearing voices and seeing images. That strong black woman is having diabetes. That strong black woman is having high blood pressure. There are cancerous cysts that are developing. Fibroids is developing. Am I in somebody's living room? Right. Okay. And you don't say anything. Why? Because if you come off looking like you need something, you're limited, then you're considered weak. She ain't got it together. I knew I couldn't count on her. I thought she was going to be the strong one that hold everybody up. Everybody was coming to you for the money, for the advice, for the resources, the place to sleep. Can you feed me? Can you do something? Take. It's that strong black woman syndrome that gets depleted. And where do you end up? You end up in two situations. You either end up dead or you end up in my chair. You end up in my chair after you've had a nervous breakdown or a psychotic break and you were 5150 and you didn't know how you got there because you were thinking about suicide. Just thinking. You haven't planned it yet. Not yet. You dance with it a little bit. You kind of two-step with it a little bit, right? Okay? Okay? But you had it. And we don't know how Big Mama died. She had that sugar diabetes. Her leg got cut off. Her blood pressure was up. We don't know why, but she was fine. Was she fine? No. Because in the midnight hour where she's put everybody to bed, everybody done got fed, all the crack and dope head, brothers and sisters and cousins that's come by and take and steal from her, when it's time for her to lay down about 11 o'clock at night, she can't. She's crying. She's praying. She's in her prayer closet. She's popping those pills because the doctor, she didn't want to tell nobody she went to the doctor, she's popping all of these pills. See, I don't want any of that for you. So I want you to look at your sheet. It's called, It's Okay to Not Be Okay So That You Can Be Okay. I'm giving every woman in this room, even myself, I have to give myself permission to do this every single day. I'm giving you 100% permission to not be okay today. It's okay to not be okay. I am not okay. I am not okay. At least my weave turned out right. So, but it's okay. So wherever you are right now, it's okay to not be okay. Because technically you are okay. You got up this morning, you fed yourself, you clothed yourself, you took you a bath, hopefully. You brushed your teeth, hopefully. You was able to at least decently comb your hair, okay? Right? So you actually are okay. Guess where you're not okay? Here and here. But we put on our mask every single day and put on our hat or our hair and said we don't want nobody to know what we're really going through. So today in this space that Natasha has allowed us to be free, because I'm going to dig deep into you, and then, Keandra is going to take you on this love stream. Actually, Keandra was actually our couples therapist retreat coach. So, yeah, right there. You want to listen to that. But take a moment, and I want you to fill out, I just gave you 3. I know it's going to be difficult for some of you, but I want you to take some time and think about where you felt helpless, where you felt stuck. You had projects at hand and you couldn't get past. See, we are in constant mode of taking care of others and we don't take care of ourselves. So I just want you to take a quick 5 minutes, if you can, write down 3 brief moments when you were not at your best. They could just be bullet points, moments in time. You were not at your best. You weren't at your top notch. It could be in secret or in public. Okay. Go to the next one, but I don't want you to write anything down yet because this is actually homework you're going to take home. Okay? Go to the next one past that and it says now write 3 brief moments where you feel on top of the world, where you were feeling like you were on top of the world. I mean, you are just, yes. You got your degree. You had your child. You survived college. You survived your mama house. You survived the streets. Okay? You got that car on your own with your own credit and no cosigner. What were those moments where you felt like you were on top of the world? Now, some of you are going to have moments where you're like, I don't know when I was on top of the world. But you can write about 25 to 50 different things about when you were not at your best. You felt the worst. I guarantee you. Yeah. Think hard. Where were you at your best? No matter how big or how small, it doesn't have to be Beyonce big. It could be just as big as somebody who just got their first job at Starbucks and their first time making $10 an hour and they get their own check. What was that moment? Who had a tough time writing this? Raise your hand. Be transparent. I see it in your face. It's okay. I'm giving you permission to be okay. This is a safe space. There's no one else in here. Who had a really tough time? Okay. You know why you're having a tough time writing these things down? Is because you're afraid. Your heart is broken and you need to be healed. See, when we want relationships, we want them to feel good. We want that high. We don't want to feel not at our best. We want that healed heart where all the hands are connected. But right now, you're still here. Every time you get just a little bit close to it, you sabotage it, so then you have to pull back. Why? Because you don't believe that you deserve it. Everyone in here deserves the very best that God has created for you. Everyone in here. He does not make mistakes. I don't care what you've been through. I don't care what you've been through. We can talk about that in this session. We can entertain that. But today, I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because I refuse to deposit it. You can't deposit that in the bank. You can't make money off of that. You can't find the right man for you. That's what keeps attracting the wrong person, is because how you think. Okay? My husband now, okay, married twice, husband now. My husband, I pray for him, just being married to me. I finally found, Keandra already knows. You know, who he is who I've always wanted to be. Yeah. When you find out what those triggers are, when you find out the reason why you keep attracting the wrong guy, if you look at those three things, I bet you can connect it to a guy that you've dated. I guarantee you. There was a guy that was connected to that not at your best. Why? Because when you had him and you were in not at your best at that particular time, he left. Obviously, he's not here now. I'm being strong because this is what I had to do with myself. I had an argument with myself the day before I met my husband and told myself, I am so sick of you. I'm sick of your drama. I am sick of you crying. I'm sick of you being a victim all the time. You always so needy. You're drama filled. Oh my God. I'm so sick of you sleeping with all these different men, and they just coming through like a truck stop, just dropping and going and dropping and going. See, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with saying it because nobody can hold that over me. Right. Because my resume doesn't even equate to that. But it was because of what I went through, got me who I have now. And our first date, I did everything wrong. I said exactly what I didn't want. I said when I wanted to get married, who I wanted to get married to, what I don't like. I asked him for his 5 pet peeves, his 5 nasty habits, and I asked him, give me the reason why you broke up with your last 5 ex-girlfriends before we ordered dinner. Because I have a date in 2 hours. This is just me passing through. He was like, what the hell is going on? He's looking at me with those big old gray eyes like, oh my God, this girl is crazy. I said, mind you can get up and leave because I can pay for my own meal. But I'm going to eat and then I'm going to go out because, you're wasting my time. This was the first date. I did not care. I was 37 years old. Okay? And he sat there. Slowly. And all of a sudden, we had this conversation. We had this thing. We became friends. Oh my God, you went through that? You know such and such. Oh my God, oh my God, she got some issues. Do you know her mama? All of a sudden, we found out we're so much in connection. The waitress came out and was like, okay, it's been about 30 minutes. Are you going to order? And I looked at him. He said, we will order. He has not left my side since. No, I did not go on that date because he wouldn't allow me to. He proposed to me in 7 months. We've been married coming this November, 3 years. I cannot see my life without him. I cannot see my life without him. He's nothing like my father. Nothing like, well, he does spoil me. That part. But that's my mama too. But he's nothing like my father. Nothing like my father. Because I had to put my father to bed. He's gone. Let him go. Let the drama go. And when all the guys was coming back and calling me and see how I was doing, if I was happy, are you happy? You need a friend? See that guy? Delete, don't entertain it. So I want you all to take this sheet and look at the bottom. I guarantee you some of you are going through these physiological things of a broken heart. When you can begin to check off these difficult to concentrate, problem sleeping because of racing thoughts, headaches, blurred vision, easily frustrated or agitated. These things are going to come into a form of a medical issue. And then after that, it's going to be a guy that's going to show up, that's going to make it worse. But girl, he's going to be fine. He's going to have nice biceps. Oh, a nice behind. He's going to have a rhythm that's going to take you to a whole nother level. When you at work, you thinking about him and you're twitching, okay? But he's A through F. Don't receive a man if you cannot be the woman in the relationship if you were dating you. Did you hear what I just said? If you can't date you, if you don't see 50 years with you, why do you think somebody's going to want to be with you? So when I had to sit up there and look at myself and all of my issues and my hang-ups, and that's what the guys that was breaking up with me, guess what? Every guy that has broken my heart, cheated on me, one guy raped me in the relationship, was my issue. That was my characteristics. I was drawing that. That was hard for me to take. And I bet you don't want to look at your own issues and think, was that guy a characteristic of me? Yes, he was. And once I started to look at that and analyze that, I had no fear to sit at a dinner date with someone and tell them what I wanted, because I ain't got time. I'm about to hit 40 in a few years. I got a child to raise. I want to get married. So when you stand up for yourself and you can find that love and you do that year of looking through yourself and you have amazing people like Natasha that can help you, take it. Because if I could say I wish I never got married, I thank my ex-husband. I love my ex-husband. We have a wonderful child together. And if it wasn't for him, I would have never known what my issues were, because I would have repeated and found him again. You hear that? I would have left him and found another him. So I thank him. Thank the one that broke your heart. Thank you for breaking my heart. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, I know. I know, there's a few I'm kind of, but I thank every single last one of them, because that's the reason why my husband Ty got an amazing wife today. I thank his ex-wife for treating him wrong. Oh God, if I could hug her right now, honey. Thank you. Thank you, because, ooh, we doing this, okay? For my birthday gift 3 years ago, he bought me a house. I didn't ask for that. I can buy my own damn house. I've done it before. So if you deserve it, go for it. Take this home and really look at it. And do those other sections about, where did you learn from yourself when you went through those challenges? And the other section, what did you learn about yourself when you were successful? If you look at your success, it came from the fact that you had a trauma. Yeah. She would not be the Love CEO had she not been through what she went through. We don't know where she would have been. So thank the fact that she was addicted to love, because now she can help you. You guys get what I'm saying? So my name is Wendy Talley. I'm a therapist here in Los Angeles, wife and mother. And my information is at the bottom. I give you my card. My business partner, Keandra's going to come up here and really put it all together. She's going to make you feel good now. You're going to walk out the door feeling good. Okay? So I kind of dug in you a little bit. Now she's about to give you everything that you need to go to the next step. Because in my practice, she's got couples that are seeing her for over a year. Okay? Over a year. So you listen to her, walk with her. She's going to do some amazing things with you. And I thank you for my time.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.